Hello everyone, welcome back to Dugout Daily. I'm Charlie, and today we have another video. This time we are previewing the match where Champions League holders Manchester City travel to Young Boys on Wednesday in Group G of the Champions League, where we will expect to make it 3 wins from 3. Before we get going, make sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Dugout Daily, the football channel, hit the Apex F1 channel, and at MCFC Hibs on Twitter. We will get going then, and the Swiss Super League champions have lost one and drawn one of their opening 2 matches. Since ending their 31-year wait to win Switzerland's top division, Young Boys have gone on to dominate their domestic football, lifting the title in 5 of the last 6 seasons. After losing out on the title to Zurich in the 21-22 season, Young Boys cantered to the title in Raphael Vicky's first season in charge last season, finishing 16 points clear of second place Servette by the end of the season. Vicky's side defeated Maccabi Haifa 3-0 on aggregate in the playoffs to reach the Champions League group stage for the 3rd time in their history. However, they lost 3-1 at home to Leipzig in their opening match before claiming a 2-2 draw away to Red Star Belgrade. They missed out on the chance to move top of their domestic table when being held at home to league leader Zurich at the weekend. But Vicky and his players will almost certainly settle for another draw when they welcome the English champions to Wankdorf Stadium on Wednesday. However, Manchester City will want to wrap up our qualification to the Champions League knockout stages for the 11th successive season as quickly as possible after winning our opening 2 games. The citizens have been far from our best, despite defeating Red Star and Leipzig 3-1 at the Etihad Stadium and Red Bull Arena, respectively, leaving it late on both occasions to secure all 3 points. Pep Guardiola's side returned to winning ways to move back to the top of the Premier League table until Tottenham hosted Fulham on Monday, when claiming another tight win against Brighton, with goals from Julian Alvarez and Erling Haaland enough to defeat the Seagulls by 2-1, ahead of visiting our city rivals Manchester United at Old Trafford on Sunday. Guardiola and his players may feel somewhat relieved to be facing the team competing at a much lower level than us, but we will still not be taking anything for granted in Bern. So Young Boys Champions League form this season from 4 games is a draw, a win, a loss, and a draw, and their form in their last 6 in all competitions is a win, a loss, a win, a draw, a win, and another draw. Manchester City have won our first 2 Champions League games this season, and our form in our last 6 in all competitions is a win, 2 defeats, a win, a defeat, and a win. Young Boys will remain without Castriot Emery, whose ACL injury will keep him out for the rest of the season. Darian Males could also miss out due to a knock. Cedric Itten could come into the whole starting lineup after only being used from the bench during his side's nil-nil draw against Zurich on Saturday. With Jean-Pierre Nassame potentially making way for him. Manchester City, meanwhile, could use Wednesday's trip to Switzerland as an opportunity to rest some key players ahead of an important league fixture at the weekend, including John Stones and Bernardo Silva, who have both only recently returned from injury. Manuel Akanji will almost certainly start, as he will be suspended for the Manchester derby after being sent off for 2 bookings against Brighton, while Jack Grealish, Mateo Kovacic, Ederson and Nathan Ake were all on the bench for that victory, but should be recalled here. The visitors will still be without our talismanic midfielder Kevin De Bruyne, who could return sooner than expected according to Pep Guardiola after tearing his hamstring 2 months ago. So the predicted teams then, starting with young boys, we've gone with Rakiopi in goal, Blum, Kamara, Benito and Garcia as the back four, with Monteiro, Lauper and Nias in midfield, Ugrinik, Itten and Elliott as the front three. And the predicted team for Manchester City is Ederson in goal, Walker, Akanji, Diaz and Ake as the back four, with Rodri and Kovacic in midfield, Foden, Nunes and Grealish behind Haaland in attack. Despite Guardiola being likely to make some changes to our starting 11 ahead of the Manchester derby on Sunday, I expect the visitors to have too much quality for our opponents. Young boys have dominated Swiss football in recent years, but it's clearly a huge step up in class for them to be taking on the holders and may struggle to lay a glove on Manchester City even with home advantage on their side. So I predict young boys. Apologies. I predict young boys 0, Manchester City 2. So that is it for this video then. Everybody, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Dugout Daily, the football channel. Hit the Apex F1 channel and at MCFC Hips on Twitter. Everybody, thank you all so much for watching and we'll speak to you all soon. Take care and goodbye for now. Take care, everyone.